Hello and a warm welcome to Federal Special Program Capital Beat. With the swearing in ceremony for the new NDA government in Bihar, which is scheduled for November 20th, talks between the allies over cabinet formation have hit last minute roadblocks. What we are told is that apparently Amit Shah will be reaching in the evening, and whatever differences are there, they might be ironed out. Because reportedly, Nitish Kumar was reluctant to relinquish the powerful post of the home portfolio he had. Then the main tussle is, of course, over the home department, which so far has been held with Nitish Kumar. Earlier in the day, what we were told that both the JDU and the BJP were vying for the speaker's post, with the BJP wanting to retain it at all costs. So, is this a sign of brewing distrust between JDU and the BJP? And has the speaker's post and the home portfolio become a rallying point in any alliance? So we'll try and discuss all this, that what could happen now, and can Nitish Kumar still insist for a speaker's post? All that could be finalized later in the evening when Amit Shah arrives in Patna. So we'll try and discuss all this. Joining me this evening is Vivek Deshpande, senior journalist and political commentator. Thank you so much, Vivek, for joining. And we have political editor of the Federal, Puneet Nicholas Yadav. Thank you so much, Puneet, for joining. And Puneet has just finished writing a story which should be up on the Federal website anytime soon. But Puneet, I'll begin with you. What is really happening? Is this a sign of a major distrust, despite the fact that they are together in the alliance as far as JDU and BJP are concerned, that Nitish is very, very insistent that he needs the home portfolio come what may? Will he be allowed this time? What are you hearing?
Well, Neelu, I think it's as far as both these issues are concerned, who gets the home portfolio, who keeps the speaker's post, I guess they will get ironed out. And more or less, there is now a consensus that status quo as of the previous government must be continued with the current government also, wherein Nitish had in the previous government retained the home portfolio with him, and the speaker was from the BJP. Remember, in the 2 decades of Nitish Kumar's and JDU's government in Bihar, from 2005 to 2020, the speaker's post was always kept with the JDU. It's only in 2020 that Mr. Vijay Kumar Sinha, who eventually was made the deputy chief minister later on, became the speaker from the BJP's ranks. And he remained the speaker for about 2 years. Then Mr. Nitish Kumar made his famous flip, went to the Grand Alliance, and Awadh Bihari Chaudhary of the RJD became the speaker. And then after Mr. Nitish Kumar got back to the NDA, the speaker's post again went to the BJP, with Nandkishore Yadav being made the speaker. So I think as far as both of these issues are concerned, they will get resolved. The larger question here is on what this signals, because we've seen this kind of a tussle for the speaker's post almost perhaps even more than who becomes the chief minister, in an alliance government where the BJP is an ally. The question has now boiled down to not who becomes the CM, but who becomes the speaker. And that there is a reason, for that distrust that allies have of the BJP, as was evident with what had played out in Maharashtra. And that's what the JDU leaders who we've been in touch with have also been saying, that we do not want a repeat of Maharashtra. We have the Maharashtra case in front of us. We don't want that kind of a thing to be repeated with the JDU in Bihar. The reference here being, or the kind of hint being, that if down the line Mr. Nitish Kumar decides to make one of his famous somersaults again, would the BJP then try to split his party? Because if a split is to happen, if defections have to happen, if the coalition changes, the final arbiter in those matters on the floor of the House is the Speaker. And in the Maharashtra case, although it was not the BJP that was in alliance back then, because what they did was in 2022, June or July, I forget the month, but I think June 2022, it was the MVA government, Congress, Sena, NCP. And, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray was the chief minister and he had to step down because of this rebellion, which everyone knew was orchestrated by the BJP. And the rebellion from the Shiv Sena's camp subsequently ended up with, as is always the case, filing of disqualification petitions before the speaker. And the speaker, because Mr. Uddhav Thackeray resigned, a new government was instituted, and the speaker's post went to Rahul Narvekar of the BJP. For a good 14 or 17, 18 months, despite repeated reminders by the Supreme Court, the speaker just sat on those disqualification petitions without giving any order. And so, the role of the speaker in these matters becomes very, very crucial. And that is perhaps the reason for distrust here with the JDU, that, okay, fine, if you're not going to try that with us, why are you so keen on keeping the speaker's post? Same applies to the home portfolio, because fine, you can still harass and intimidate using central probe agencies, but if you also have control of the state probe agencies, then it's like a double engine harassment. So in that scenario, at least if one engine is with the JDU, yes, there is some kind of cushioning against, if not prosecution, at least persecution.
You used quite an interesting term, that a double engine harassment. But talking to you purely about what could happen in the evening when Amit Shah lands up in Patna, what if Nitish Kumar insists and goes on insisting about on the home portfolio? What happens then? Will there be a swearing-in ceremony, or it could be postponed, or maybe just the MLAs would take oath and then later those issues will be resolved? What can we expect?
No, I don't see such an eventuality. I think the swearing-in ceremony will go off without any problems, and I think that this issue will also, as I said, there is consensus as of now to maintain the status quo. Now, okay, that status quo can only be disturbed down the line if Mr. Nitish Kumar tries to do one of his stunts again. And that is when, this becomes an issue. The other thing also is there is always an option available that you go ahead with the swearing in of the cabinet, allocate the portfolios at a later stage.
Yeah.
We've seen portfolios being allocated not, after a gap of a few hours, but several days in certain cases. Where days have gone by and portfolio allocation hasn't happened because of a lack of consensus. Similarly, in terms of the speaker, you have the option of swearing in the new MLAs under a pro tem speaker, which is the norm. And then at a later stage, once you have a consensus, go in for the election of the speaker. The other thing also is that in the way the current numbers in the Bihar Assembly stack up, Mr. Nitish Kumar, even though he may have liked to, he does not have a lot of maneuvering room, because he is at 85 seats, the BJP is at 89 seats. Now, if the NDA put together is at 202, the NDA minus Mr. Nitish Kumar is still at 117. The halfway mark in Bihar Assembly is 122. For Mr. Nitish Kumar to make a flip and still make it work, he will not only have to get all 35 of the of the Grand Alliance to his side, but he'll also need all 5 of Mr. Owaisi's party on his side. And because these are very small groups now, whether it is the RJD with 25 MLAs, the Congress with 6, the CPM, CPI-ML Liberation with 2, and the CPM with 1. It's much easier for the BJP to do its, tricks with this bloc, even before Mr. Nitish Kumar could make a move. So Mr. Nitish Kumar also, being the astute politician that he is, realizes that he is not in a position that he was in 2020 or in 2017 or in 2022. So he will perhaps, he'll grudge the fact that he's not getting his way. He'll make some noises, but he will eventually settle for whatever the BJP basically offers him, unless at a later stage an opportunity presents itself to him to kind of do something else.
But Puneet, can we still expect some kind of a surprise from Nitish Kumar? Or do you think that more or less the
As of
larger...
now, I don't think so. As of now, I don't think so.
Okay.
But
But
then it's politics and it's Mr. Nitish Kumar. You can never say never. So
right. Okay, so now coming to the larger question, then again we'll come back to the Patna, whatever the developments are happening there. Coming to you, Vivek, now that within any alliance, whether it is the NDA or whether it is the Grand Alliance, would this now become a norm that the chase would not be more or less for for the chief ministers? Of course, that is a question that who becomes the chief minister. But if you are in an alliance, the most significant question then becomes that who's going to become your speaker and who will keep the home portfolio, looking at the political landscape which has got generated, especially post 2014.
Yeah, Nilu, as long as the BJP is at the helm of affairs at the center and has enough strings to pull in state politics as well, I think this insistence of the BJP on having the speakers as well as the home minister's post will continue. The BJP has done it in almost all the states where it is in coalition with other parties to form a government. For example, even Maharashtra, as Puneet has rightly discussed earlier. So, BJP will always uh, have the speakers and the home minister's post for reasons which Puneet has cited and did not repeat it. In Maharashtra, because the BJP's reputation is that it gobbles up even its alliance partners in the course of time. Although there is a great bonhomie at the beginning of the alliance, it slowly but surely peters out in the course of time, and uh, a time comes when the alliance partners start feeling insecure because they were part of a similar exercise BJP has conducted against its earlier opponents, and they were actually the product of that exercise. And now they might face the same situation at some point of time in future. That is the fear that is always at the back of their minds. In Maharashtra also, for example, the Shiv Sena, the Shiv Sena, which is official Shiv Sena now, led by Eknath Shinde, is under constant pressure. There are tensions among all the three alliance partners in Maharashtra, with BJP trying to play the big brother. The Ajit Pawar led NCP and Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena. Uh, the bonhomie is only superficial. From within, the alliance is undergoing a lot of there is a lot of tension among the alliance partners. For example, the recent example of some ex-corporators from Kalyan area of Mumbai being poached by BJP, and there is a considerable amount of resentment against the BJP on that count in the Shiv Sena. And that resentment has also been expressed in so many words by Shiv Sena. And there was a meeting among the three parties where uh, at one point of time the chief minister pointed out that you have also done similar things in the past, but then subsequently he directed his party and others to maintain the status quo and not poach at each other's members at any point of time. So that those tensions are there in Maharashtra for all the time, as long as the three disparate groups of Shiv Sena led by Eknath Shinde, Ajit Pawar's Ajit Pawar's NCP and the BJP are together. They are ideologically apart, except for Shiv Sena led by Eknath Shinde and BJP. They have some ideological similarities, but NCP is a completely different political formation altogether. So these tensions have continued. Uh, See, when these three partners came together and formed an alliance government about 2 years back, there was so much of tension over the post of even chief minister that only it took a lot of time for government formation and portfolio allocation. We all know that. So there was a tug of war among all the three parties as far as even the ministers' posts were concerned. There were certain ministers which Shinde was very keen to have, and the BJP was not ready to part with those. Eventually, I think Amit Shah had to broker the peace among all the three partners, and then issues settled. But it took a long time. So we know that there is certain amount of unease always among all the three partners, because there is this danger. Recently,
This
I think two.
problem,
Ji,
this problem also existed in the yesteryears, that whoever is the junior partner will not get the portfolios according to his or her liking. So that problem existed, but now the main force, that is the speaker's post and the home portfolio, that it seems is becoming a rallying point, especially in today's scenario if you are in a coalition government.
yeah. Even last time when Mahayuti was in government, which was then toppled, and when the Maha Vikas Aghadi came to power, even in the earlier formation of the Mahayuti government, the Home Ministry was kept by the BJP itself, because, and despite the fact that Devendra Fadnavis was the deputy chief minister, when the tradition is for the chief minister to have the Home Ministry under his command. So BJP insisted even then to have the home ministry. It had the home ministry with it even during that formation, and even now it has both the speaker's post as well as the home ministry with it. So the BJP clearly has a plan for future, that if should something, if there is a plan for the BJP to execute like the way it did to poach the Shiv Sena and NCP, Shiv Sena led by Uddhav Thackeray and NCP led by Sharad Pawar, then in future these two posts are very very crucial to carry out such operations. And as we know, uh, the BJP is trying to be on its own in Maharashtra, and it has been said in so many words by none other than Amit Shah, which was quite forcefully resented by the two alliance partners, and subsequently they came together. Now, in the forthcoming local body elections, uh, they will be together in not in that sense, not in the form of of a political alliance, except for in BMC, but there will be certain amount of coordination among them. So the BJP is trying to be on its own in Maharashtra, and for that to happen, it will have to do certain kind of operation against its alliance partners in at some point of time in future. So this reality is not lost on the alliance partners, as a result of which there's continuously some amount of tension among all the three partners. So the BJP's habit of gobbling up the opposition or gobbling up the alliance partners, not just in Maharashtra, elsewhere, it always plays at the back of the mind of its alliance partners anywhere, not except in Maharashtra, but anywhere it is in alliance with those people. Yes, Neelu.
Right, but that brings me to the question, Puneet, and I'll come to you. That will Bihar then change the rules of the game for BJP? Because if they have to like coexist with Nitish Kumar, and Nitish Kumar with equally a good number of seats might try to become very insistent. What if he takes the home and BJP is happy with the speaker's post? But then who knows? Because BJP is a senior partner, they could do another cabinet reshuffle. Home might be taken away from Nitish Kumar. So will JDU not be prepared and for this kind of an eventuality? And also, I'm sure BJP would be having another plan then, and everybody is discussing about that.
Yeah, well, but these are, you see, these are issues of conjecture as of now. And as I said, that they have agreed on a status quo, or more or less agreed on a status quo where Nitish gets to keep home. See, I have been saying this since the results came out that despite winning 85 seats, it's a result that Nitish Kumar will not be very happy with,
Yeah.
because one, he would have liked the BJP to be a junior partner, and two, he would have liked to have his maneuvering room. his space to maneuver between the two alliances. And now he has neither of those. And so he also perhaps realizes that there isn't much that he can do except to bide his time, keep the BJP happy, uh, and wait it out till perhaps he can think of making some moves. So I don't think as of now, in the such an immediate aftermath of the results, either side would want to rock the boat. But maybe down the line, maybe a year later, maybe once the next lot of assembly elections, for the 5 assembly elections that are due in March and April next year, maybe once those are over, then you might see some kind of friction, some kind of uneasiness coming in, from the JDU. The other thing that needs to be understood here, Neelu, is that the JDU today, and even during the election campaign, a lot of noises to this effect had been made by people in the JDU. That it's not the JDU of the old guard that had stood by Nitish through thick and thin, of people he had handpicked over the years to be his brain trust. So whether it is a Shravan Kumar or a Vijay Prasad Yadav or a Leshi Singh or any number of these old timers in the JDU, they have all kind of been confined to their own constituencies. Whatever ministry they get confined to that. The reins of the party are, after Nitish, are pretty much in the hands of a Sanjay Jha, who's known, who's basically known to be, a protege of Mr. Arun Jaitley at one point in time, and then now very close to Mr. Amit Shah. Then you have Rajiv Ranjan Singh Lallan, who's again, who's a minister in the center, who's known to be warming up to the BJP over the last several months, over a year now. Vijay Kumar Chaudhary, again, someone who people have been pointing fingers at, that, he's been moving closer to the BJP than to Nitish Kumar within the JDU. And so even during the election, you had, these allegations come up again and again from people who stayed with the party as well as people who quit the party and joined the RJD, which they would be ruining now, which is a different matter. But who said that, it's no longer the party of people from the Janata Dal family, but it's become a party that's been overrun by BJP plants, who are doing whatever the BJP wants them to do, which is why, the 101 seat formula, in terms of seat sharing, which again, people in the JDU, the old timers, were not happy because the JDU was used to always being the senior partner in terms of both the number of seats it used to win and the number of seats it used to contest, barring the exception of 2020, when Mr. Chirag Paswan was allowed to go solo and dent Mr. Nitish Kumar's chances of emerging as the single largest party. This time around, the only interesting thing that seems to have happened in this scenario, which perhaps would also make Mr. Chirag Paswan think, the kind of politics that he's been doing over the last few years and where it has got him, is that from what I am given to understand is that Mr. Chirag Paswan was very keen and very hopeful that after winning 19 of the 29 seats that his party contested, he will be given his party will be given the deputy chief minister's post. Now that was something that it was always understood that the JDU will not accept. But from what I'm given to understand, even the BJP has kind of agreed with the JDU that fine, we will not give him the deputy CM's post. So whether that is a trade-off with the JDU, that okay, fine, let us settle our differences, Chirag we can deal with later, I don't know. But this kind of pull and pressure within the alliance will continue. It may at times boil over, it may at times subside. Uh, it all depends on how the government is run, both from Delhi and from Patna. But there is certainly a great element of distrust uh, among these allies, and particularly between the JDU and the BJP. Please also do not forget that unlike 2015, when Nitish was part of the Mahagathbandhan, the Grand Alliance, and that was a switch not because he faced a threat for his party, but because he had already quit the NDA the preceding year and gone solo in the Lok Sabha elections too, and fared rather poorly. But he stayed on in 2015 with the Grand Alliance, and you know made a switch much later in 2017. But the switch that he made from the NDA to the to the Grand Alliance in 2022 was in very different circumstances. And at that point in time, JDU insiders had been very clear that people who were close to Mr. Nitish Kumar were very clear that the switch was because the JDU felt that the BJP was going to split the party. And so he overnight, like all of his overnight somersaults, he made that somersault and joined the Grand Alliance, stayed with them again for a little over a year, and then came back to the BJP. So do not, I mean, even he would not put this past the BJP now, especially now, perhaps, to, because now he's in a much different state of health compared to what he was 5 years ago. Uh, there were all kinds of reservations raised about it, even during the course of the election. And in case his health deteriorates further, the BJP will get more emboldened to stake claim even for the chief minister's post. And that's something that we know from past experience. Mr. Nitish Kumar will not want to give up willingly,
Yeah.
or without a fight.
Yeah. So that brings me to the last question, Vivek. How would you really summarize this for Nitish Kumar? Can we expect that he might work towards a larger plan where his infamous somersault could be possible? But as we are reading, and if you look at the maths within the party, Nitish Kumar doesn't have that kind of a leeway or a bandwidth that he can just walk out of the alliance. So is there something else which could be cooking up in his mind, and he could work up his way, maybe not now immediately, because for now things look like they've been sorted, but for later, how can Nitish Kumar give a surprise? What could be his plan?
No, Nilu, I think Puneet has very elaborately explained the situation in Bihar and how difficult it is for Nitish Kumar to make any such moves anytime soon, and not even in the distant future. I don't see any possibility of or any chance for Nitish Kumar to do that, because the situation is completely different this time. Although Nitish Kumar has doubled his party's tally in the assembly election, he's not as strong today as he was a couple of years ago, 3, 4 years ago, when he could do those somersaults. Now he eventually, I think, will not be able to do that because the BJP is already trying to get some of the JDU MPs on its side. He is completely aware of that. So, despite the fact that he has those 12 MPs supporting the BJP government and being the proverbial crutch of the BJP government at the center, he knows it too well that if he tries to play foul with the BJP, then he may not be able to pull the rug from under its feet even at the center, because many of those MPs might switch over to the BJP's side as soon as the BJP gets any idea about Nitish Kumar's plan. So even in the assembly, a lot of his MLAs would actually switch side to the BJP. So he knows he has become very weak now. Although his party's tally has gone up, and yes, because of his failing health, also he has become very weak, and he has not named any successor. If at all, there are people in his party, as Puneet has rightly pointed out, who are basically warming up to the BJP. So the situation today is very difficult for Nitish Kumar to make any such moves which uh, could actually put BJP in his place. It is very difficult for him to do that at this juncture and at any time in future. So I think the days of Nitish Kumar's reign are in that sense quite numbered in Bihar, and sooner or later I think the BJP might take complete command of the state. When will that happen? We will have to wait and see. Yes. Nelu.
Well, it's proven that no one can write off Nitish Kumar. So for now, things look sorted. But yes, let's wait and watch what happens when Amit Shah lands up in the evening to Patna and what happens then. And of course, tomorrow possibly is the swearing in ceremony. So we'll have to end it here. Thank you so much, Vivek Deshpande. Puneet, thank you very much for joining.